everybody? It's Gerald Fogle. Welcome to another episode of Already Verified Podcast, where I just kind of give my opinion on just whatever I feel like talking about at the time. And today, I got some interesting topics, man. So, first off, thank you for all the feedback and all the love we've received on our socials and the comments. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for tuning in. Shouts out to the sponsors, blackaistudio.com and bznbd.com. Make sure you check them out for all your vision board needs. So, without further ado, let's get directly into the show. All right, so recently I came across this here, right? And I don't know if you guys had the privilege of watching the interview this guy did, who this guy here is I guess, the head of the Black Panther Party or something like that. Um, but me watching his video only brought one thing to mind, and that was light skin rage. I get it. The guy's passionate. He feels how he feels. But the only thing that kind of like kept coming to my mind was light skin rage. It was like I just couldn't take him serious. Let me explain why though. Reason why I feel like I couldn't take him serious is honestly because just watching that video, I'm like, bro, like they are going to shoot your ass on sight. Period, point blank. Um, what makes me say that? Once you watch the video, you'll understand. But watching that video, you're blatantly threatening people who have the president of the United States on their side, who is going on TV and blatantly saying they are operating with absolute power and immunity to do whatever they want to do to you, and they're not going to get in trouble. So, viewers, everybody watching this, do you guys think that it's a great idea to openly threaten those individuals? I get it. I get the optics, you know what I'm saying? Like it's ICE, and as human beings, we're not supposed to like these people. But does that mean that you are stupid enough to openly threaten these people? I need you guys to really think about that, right? Let me explain. In certain states, they have this thing called stand your ground law. With stand your ground law, all that means is if me and you get into a conflict, a verbal conflict, and then I begin to feel threatened for my life, I can shoot you. And all I then have to prove is that I have probable cause because I felt like you were going to do me bodily harm. Now, you guys might be asking, you say, hey, Jay, what the hell does that have to do with this? Let me explain. What if I was stupid enough to make a video and say exactly what I'm going to do to you when I see you? That would then give you probable cause to feel away, to say, hey, I don't feel safe. My life feels threatened. Why? Because this guy made a video threatening me, basically saying when he sees an ICE agent, he's going to shoot a hole in their chest if they get in his way. If that's how you feel, whatever, bro. Like, if you feel like that's going to move the needle for the people, go right ahead. Me personally, I don't feel that way. I don't feel like that you're going to really get much accomplished going on camera speaking that way. I don't think, Huey P. Newton would really feel moved by you doing that. I don't think he would really support you doing that. I don't think any of the other Black Panthers who came before you would really support you being on camera making open threats. Um, y'all know the rules. Go in the comments. Tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm overthinking. But I don't think any of them would actually like support you making an open threat to a federal agent. Now, what you do behind closed doors, that's on you. But Don't be stupid enough to go on camera threatening somebody with a gun in your hand. I don't care if it's open carry state or not. Everybody got guns, bro, and they got more guns, which means you should definitely be more strategic. But whatever, do better, do better. On to other news. I, I'm up late night. I'm doom scrolling, and I come across this. This is a brand new KFC ad. Now tell me what this tells you. Just a lady carrying a guy, some high grease. Oh, he's alive. And she dumps him into the grease. Looks like bread. And voila. WTF. WTF, KFC. What are y'all trying to tell us here? What are y'all trying to tell us? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? We cooking people now? we y'all just fried chat. We cooking people now? Is this what we're doing? What does that ad tell you? Get in the comments, people. Tell me what that ad means to you. What does that ad say to you? I know what it says to me, but just for shits and giggles, tell me what that ad says to you. We are in a space where we don't know what impossible meat is. My lady is a vegan, right? And ever since I started reading labels, I have just not been hungry. Listen, in the chat right now, comment and tell me when's the last time you went to a restaurant and felt satisfied? Like, yo, like I'm definitely running this back. Me personally, and maybe it's because I'm in Cleveland and our options just ain't what people hype it up to be, but I don't get that feeling very often. There's not many restaurants where I could say, yo, like, you know what? I'm running that back. It doesn't happen that often. And the reason why is because in America, we do so much to the food. I don't know if it's like my body is just like, bro, like, just go home and cook, man. Like, we could do better than this. I don't know if the chefs are falling off, but there's something different about our food right now. This commercial shows me that they're trying to like really like soften us up and say, hey, get ready, the shit's coming down the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, get ready. That's what that tells me. It's like, bro, like we are so desensitized about any and everything right now. I'm not surprised by anything that happens. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with a Mike 5 piece tender. This was this was George on Thursday. Now it's your 5 piece. Like I would not be surprised. I'm not. Like and guess what? The outrage wouldn't even be that crazy for real. Because we're just in a space where it doesn't even matter. Nobody's gonna do shit. They'll be outraged for a minute and then niggas will start eating 5 pieces. Do you guys remember when Popeyes and KFC was going back and forth about those was it Popeyes? Yeah, it was Popeyes and KFC, I think, the chicken sandwich situation, right? I'm still of the thought process. They put some hair on in that in them chicken sandwiches. They put something in those chicken sandwiches to get people to act like that. There is no chicken sandwich I can think of that would make me wait in an hour line. I don't. I had one. I did have one, and that's because I actually went to where'd I go? I went to Popeyes, and it wasn't a line or nothing like that. All the hype had passed, and I was like, let me just see what it was. And really, all it was a goddamn chicken breast and a pickle on a sandwich. And I'm thinking to myself, and you niggas died over this. People died over these sandwiches, bro. Oh, my bad. You can't say that. They're unalive, stupid, over these sandwiches. So then you follow that up with a commercial like this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a couple years later. And it kind of is like, okay, what are you trying to tell us? There's, look, there's messaging and there's programming and everything. That right there is blatant programming. Like they're saying exactly what they're doing, period. Tell me once again if I'm tripping, but that's what I see. That's what I see, and it seems pretty obvious. They put Chad into the hot grease and came up with a chicken finger or a Chatlin finger. See what I did there? Chatlin, checking, a checking finger, whatever, man. Listen, this is where we're at. You know what I'm saying? As a culture, as a society, is getting scarier and scarier. Um, about this food thing, man. I remember when my mom had got diagnosed with cancer, right? I remember calling her and getting on her case about her diet because as a son, I'm like, yo, I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? At the time, wasn't really making a lot of money. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, like, all I could do was call and give, you know what I'm saying, advice and words of encouragement and, you know, hope that she did better, right? And I remember this one conversation that we had, and she said something that really, like, man, it to this day, man, like, it bothers me, but it was so real. I'm like, Mom, like, you got to start eating more salads. You know what I'm saying? Like, fall back on eating all this meat and all these fried foods. You got to do this. You got to do that. And she was like, listen, I know that you're right, but I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't shop at Whole Foods. This is what she's, this, I remember this conversation like it was yesterday. She was like, I don't shop at Whole Foods and stuff like that. Like, so I don't, you know, I can't afford to spend $200 a week on food. I can't afford to eat to live. I can eat to sustain to get me to tomorrow, but I can't afford to eat to live. Oh, that hurt me. That bothered me. And to this day, it still bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine telling your child that I I can't afford to eat to live. What does that mean? You can't afford to eat to live. They put so much in our food, you know, like you can't help but to wonder, like, yo, bro, like who got paid off? Because I made a post the other day and I'm like, yo, like actually last podcast I was talking about when I went to go buy some fish and they had like fucking 20 ingredients in fish. In fish. The killing part about that situation is me and my lady got into a little disagreement over that fish, right? Because I was so irritated that she was right. Like I put the fish in the cart. I didn't read it. I was just like, whatever. I overlooked the packaging, right? Even though I know better, I just blatantly overlooked the packaging. We went shopping. We went down a couple more aisles, and I remember her picking up the packaging. And when it's stuff that like snacks and shit that I really want, and I see her reading like the back of it, like I'll snatch it out of her hand, like, man, leave it alone. Like, that's what I want. Even though I know that she's right, right? So she's like, listen, they put it in bold writing right here. The ingredients. She was like, babe, stop. This is fish. This is fish. Why does your fish have to have 20 different ingredients in it? And I'm like, I picked a fight in that moment. I picked the argument. I chose violence because of frustration. You can't help but to get frustrated with this shit, man. Like you can't help but to feel away. You can't help it. Like it's just you can't help but to like watch the news, and if you don't feel away, like there is nothing more annoying than white ignorance. Like when you hear people make blatantly ignorant statements, and they have this superiority complex where they feel like because they're saying the wrong shit loud that they're just inherently right about it. And it's like this is the shit that's destroying the world. We have a whole planet that we are just destroying, like destroying. And now we're trying to figure out how to get to Mars. We have a whole planet that technically the man has been in charge of. And this is what you do. You're a destroyer of worlds. Let me bring this home. My point is this. The troubling part about the KFC commercial, the fish that has 20 different ingredients in it, my mom not being able to eat to live, is somebody signed off on all of this. Somebody signed off to add these ingredients to the food. Somebody made a business decision to poison us so they can profit. You know, it reminds me of a guy holding a shotgun and saying, "Hey, this is what I'm going to do to you when I see you." And us showing up being those agents and saying, "Hey, we know what you're going to do, so we're just going to do it anyway." And two wrongs expected to make a right. I don't even know if that makes sense, but hopefully y'all understand the point I was trying to make. Basically, we're in a lose-lose situation. We're dealing with people who refuse to acknowledge when they're wrong. We're also dealing with an inner conflict in which we refuse to stand up and fight for what's right. So, what do you do? There's not enough speakers of truth and people who care enough to say, hey, hold on, chill out, to really like make a difference. So, we're dealt with this hand. You know, I have this phrase that say control the controllables. But sometimes we have to figure out how to handle the shit that we can't control. What do you do with that? You know, what do you do with that? It makes you think, makes you wonder. The one thing that we can do is encourage each other to do better. That's all you can do. Encourage each other just to do better. Hey man, just try harder next time. What that means, try harder to be a better person. Try harder to just do the right thing. Yo, but also Realize we ain't no punk bitches. We not soft. We're a loving people, but somewhere down the line they beat the. I I know exactly what happened. They didn't beat the fight out of us. What they did was they killed all those who fought, and the effect that that had on the rest of us was it sent a message and said, "Hey, this is what happens when you fight. So proceed proceed at your own risk." It's a cold world, cold game. But what do you do? What do you do? That's it for tonight, people. I'm about to lay it down. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Already Verified Podcast. And I'll tune back in and I'll give you guys some more thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about this episode. We're gonna see if we go ahead and edit out that one part where I kind of went rogue. I was really trying to do the Dave Chappelle thing. I don't know if y'all already caught it, but I'm working on it. So by episode 5, I should have it down pat. So it's like I'm gonna be able to wrap the ending of the story with the beginning of the story, and then we're gonna do all of that. But y'all see where I was going with it. Make sure y'all follow us on YouTube, like, follow, subscribe, but also follow us on IG, already verified. And yeah, until next time, just do better.